rebirth,
reconciliation,
recovery.
These are some of the numerous words that embody northern Italy from the 14th century all the way through to the 16th century.
Rebirth, reconciliation, recovery. This was a time of a rebirth of new ideas, a reconciliation of two ideas that led to innovations. Clocks, microscopes, printing press. These are the innovations that will reshape the world for centuries to come. Recovery from horrific events of the 14th century, Black Death, war.
This time was an eruption of science and new technologies that would have disintegrated the medieval world. This was the Renaissance.
Science and technology flourished during the Renaissance period. An important event that contributed to the flourishing of science and technology during the Renaissance was the Crusades. The Crusades was an army created in Europe. The purpose was to take back Jerusalem that was under Muslim control. In the process, they encountered the civilization of Arabs, where certain Arab scholars had translated the ancient Greek and Roman manuscripts into Arabic, held old ideas that embodied a whole new way of life. This in turn inspired humanism, that attempted to provide a synthesis of Greek and Roman ideas and ideas from their time. The vision for living was created from this synthesis, was the idea that man could be perfectible, and the current life should be enjoyed. This contrasted with medieval world because during the medieval times, people believed life was just a preparation for the afterlife. These manuscripts held by Arabs were not unique to them. European scholars were discovering all these manuscripts after the fall of Constantinople. During the fall of Constantinople, the scholars there fled to Europe. They held the ancient Greek and Roman manuscripts as well.
Another key condition that led to the Renaissance was contact with other groups. Italy was between two crucial trade routes. These trade routes connected Europe to other countries such as China and India. This brought Italy great amounts of goods which they could then sell to the rest of Europe. This helped Italy have a greater superiority over other Asiatic countries and European countries. Not only did it bring them goods, but it also brought them contact with other groups, thus helping them trade with other countries and bring them new key innovations into Italy. These innovations included the printing press, the compass, and firearm.
A tool was invented and scientists began to create books that rebelled against the church, making people lose faith and support science. That invention revolutionized the Renaissance. It was the printing press. The printing press arose so that people wouldn't have to handwrite books over and over again to make multiple copies. Essentially, this was the invention of typography.
Typography is multiple printing with removable, reusable types. This allowed many books to be created. For example, Galileo published a book called The True Physical Demonstration that the Sun does not circle the Earth but circles the Sun. This was a good thing because then scientists could get their knowledge out for the world to read and educate others. Another key innovation was the compass. The compass led to the finding of new civilization and different resources. This allowed people to travel to different places and not get lost in the process. Basically, sailors would look at the North Star and the compass to find out where they are. An example of this is James Cook, who used the compass to find many countries we know today, such as Hawaii. This led to the growth of the cities because of the resources found in the world, and openings for new businesses to emerge, such as the Hudson's Bay Company.
The Renaissance people didn't only interact with people from far away. They interacted with civilizations quite close to them. One civilization was the Chinese, that were situated to the east of Europe. At the time, the Chinese were leaders in technology. One of the most famous inventions discovered by the Chinese was gunpowder. Originally, gunpowder was only used in firecrackers. But during the Renaissance period, Europeans and the Chinese began to trade. They would trade many items such as silk, spices, and gunpowder. At first, gunpowder would only be seen as something combustible with an explosion. But during the Renaissance, they had the idea of observation. They studied the gunpowder and invented the cannon.
To conclude, the Renaissance was an eruption of science and technology. Although not much new science was discovered, it was the starting of the idea that we should enjoy life. The Renaissance people took ancient ideas and fused them with their own to create a unique and revolutionary idea known as humanism. The Renaissance people also improved and created inventions such as the clock, the printing press, firearms, and the compass. The Italian Renaissance was a time of brilliant technologies and the development of science.